go ahead and start at any point.
Boom, done. I think.
Cool. Hi, audience that doesn't actually exist. But,
Hello.
I think there's one person who watches this campaign.
cool. Peering through the Steam. I have one viewer. That's
And there
100% more
wasn't
than I
much
had before.
rejoicing.
Anyway, all of you are kind of standing there. I want to say baffled, but I'm not going to shove words in your mouth about what you just witnessed and what just went down. And almost as soon as the force cube, or whatever it is, you all in, ends, Derp, I need you to make a not a reflex save. That's Pathfinder? A
Dexterity
Dex.
saving
Dex.
throw?
dexterity save.
Okay.
Oh, my dice. I need those.
You as well, Galarian.
Oh boy. Watch for falling rubble.
Might I ask you, can I be selfish and ask people to change their names to their in-person name? Or at least give me a remember?
I
Forgot to do
anticipated
that.
this request.
Snow, your name is perfect. Can you change your name to Mythos so I remember more often?
Who, me?
No, your name's perfect. I know your name immediately.
I got a 21, by the way.
You very narrowly dodged your chest that was trying to come into the cube the entire time, zoomed straight past you as the force field disappears.
Oh no. That's what I was rolling for.
And then, hey Mythos. Yeah, perfect. Mythos, I need a dexterity from you.
Oh, okay.
Please don't be for the same reason.
Also, yeah, the background should be fine. And
What? Okay.
15. Luckily for you, it wasn't a chest following you, but a fluffy doggo that's spinning rapidly. You don't manage to dodge the doggo, it trips you, but you got a doggo that practically landed on top of you.
Didn't to win.
He's still spinning.
That means he's gonna win.
Go challenge the final boss right now.
Spinning
Really,
dog
you wanna
OP,
fight me
please
now?
nerf.
We have Dog that spins endlessly.
Or four.
We challenged the final boss. The final boss just hears like a faint humming in the distance. Slowly getting louder.
Always spinning and moving in a spiral pattern. I shall name this dog Fibonacci.
Oh no.
I like it.
Why do I hear boss music?
No, it's just the humming.
Hey guys, just letting you know, you discovered perpetual motion.
Oh no.
Now you're gonna get all the side streaks after you're gonna try to capture Beyblade.
Capture that dog. Oh dear.
We can create a never-ending
Anyway,
generator.
the floor is yours. Mr. Rodley has just left, and all of you have gotten your orders magically by a letter teleporting in front of you. You were ordered to become a group. The idea before was roughly that you'd be a group, but now you are a group specifically designed to stop Mr. Rodley.
Now we're committed.
Just by way of reminder, were we given like where to go for our next objective kind of thing, or?
You were to meet at the mega city point A, which is the big gates, which you live relatively near, Annabelle.
Okay.
That is near where your shop is to receive your adventure pass.
Gotcha. All right then.
Once I give you this adventure pass, you're free to use any of your stuff if you did level up. If you did already pre-level up.
Okay. It looks like I didn't. I didn't even remember that was a thing.
I totally forgot that we were halfway.
Yes,
Probably should have reminded you yesterday. Hey?
You know, it'll be fine. We can do it in time when we can actually use some of the stuff.
Eh.
I suppose that's what I'll be doing during session.
Annabelle, nobody here. Mythos, you live near Gate D, so you're nowhere near Gate A, so you don't know exactly where Gate A is. Annabelle, you do know that it is further west.
Then, in that case, Annabelle
The dice rolls really want you to go west, apparently.
will say, well, it just so happens I live near our next destination. And if I remember correctly, I think she proposed that, like, she volunteered her shop to basically act as a base of operations for our little,
I do believe that was a thing you said at some point.
In the words of everyone's favorite superhero Shazam, guys, we have a lair.
Excellent.
So,
Ah,
floor's yours.
we should probably get going to...
I'm not accomplishing anything standing around here.
Indeed not. Annabelle brushes herself off and begins heading west. Although I am curious. I'm going to take a quick look around this town and see. We got plenty.
Yeah,
We got plenty of detail. I remember last time, but I figured
Yep.
take one last look around.
by any chance, is your holy symbol out and visible? Excuse the dice, I need to pour them all out real quick. I'm not rolling your demise just yet.
That's just a cover.
That last roll was your demise.
Probably. Annabelle tends to wear her holy symbol like a piece of jewelry.
So, like a necklace?
Yeah.
Good to know. Your eyeballs. Your priest's eyeball. However you want to call that, seems very interested in a corner of the town.
Well, I shall use my 20 on perception to meander over there and take a look.
It seems there is a locked door in impeccable condition, even though the rest of the town is completely trashed.
He will knock.
There is no answer.
She will try the door.
The door is locked.
Is it safe to assume the party's following while this is happening? Because if not, I'd like to.
You can explore or follow. It's up to you. There's a few things to do in this town.
Mythos follows.
I'm
We
seeing
could,
if,
we could split into small groups maybe, but
I'm seeing if I have any spell toys or tools, not toys. Tools to help with this. They're toys to
Sell
me.
tools.
name difference.
Look, Fred and Daphne will go that way. Shag and Scoop can go that way.
And Fred
I'm
is alone
I'm
for
sorry,
once.
Shaggy and Scooby. There's no drugs in this town. You have to look
No.
at a different town.
Velma will be the one who will be alone.
And Velma and the gnome will go this way.
No one
The
knows.
gnome is Scooby. Just
No, I'm
the
pretty.
gnome's
I'm pretty
Scrappy.
sure the gnome. No, I'm pretty sure the gnome is the monster.
The gnome is Scrappy.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no.
You shall not be named.
First.
this is why the gnome can't talk.
To be
Oh,
fair,
Not that it's incapable. It's forbidden.
to be
There's one
fair,
Scrappy. I'm just saying, there's one
Scrappy-
that's worse than Scrappy.
it's not
Hey,
Scrappy's
remember Scooby
fault.
Dumb?
I am, however, going to take a look around the town. I'm gonna kind of lag a little bit behind and just take a look while I'm following along.
So, if you're going to look, I need a perception from you, Vex.
Excellent. What is my? Oh, well, my number's pretty good at least.
$14.
The
Think
die
not.
the die did not like me.
How hard are you look? Are you just like passively looking, or are you actually trying to find anything interesting?
I think I'm not expecting there to be anything here, so I think I'm kind of passively looking.
Okay, well then that's not good enough to find much of anything except for a familiar set of footprints. Like familiar as in you know the race, not the person or thing.
Alright. What race are they?
It seems to be another mimic such as yourself.
Hmm. Well, now I'm wary.
It seems to be heading to a completely eviscerated building. There seems to be not much left of this building, just a door frame. But among all the footsteps, these seem to be relatively on top, meaning they're fresher than the panic of the city.
I guess I'm gonna follow the tracks then.
Okay. Before we do that, I'm gonna go back to Annabelle. Annabelle, door locked. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, getting through locked doors is not a thing that she's particularly skilled at.
Your eyeball is around your neck. Your eyeball is around your neck. That's a sentence. Your eyeball is around. Blah, blah. Your eyeball is around your neck, right?
Yes.
It seems to be trying to off your neck. The eyeball is trying to jump off your neck and touch the door.
Interesting. She will rub that eye all over that wood second.
The eye gets splinters and dies. No, but upon touching the door, a holy symbol appears. It seems to be of a not your church, but a church that you don't necessarily disagree with. I don't have notes, so I can't tell you exactly which it is.
I mean, I said I would do that in a minute. I wanted to do a little something right before I did that.
Oh, I sorry you cut it out.
Oh, well, that's fair. You can... No, they're not consumed. Okay. Because I wanted to cast Augury as a ritual before proceeding forward.
Well, you can, if you still want to.
Yes.
Okay.
But basically this one is wheel end woe or nothing. But wait, reminder. Basically, I asked a question, and you choose one of the following omens. Wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad results, and nothing for results that aren't particularly good or bad.
Okay. So if you're doing that ritual, we'll go back to Vex.
Okay.
Honestly, I feel it's a good spell, but it's really hard to explain what it does.
It's good to have refreshers and players that know what the spells do. But, Vex, there's a door frame. You lose the tracks upon entering the door frame.
Well, I'm going inside.
You go to the inside, which is now outside, but it's still inside.
I'm going into, like, the outline on the ground that used to make up this house.
What's your passive?
Passive perception is 20.
Well, with the 20, you notice a certain corner is sticking slightly up. Schrodinger's outside. Perfect. Also, the box is clomping along behind you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not overly worried about announcing my presence just yet. So you said there was a corner doing something.
There's a corner that seems to be slightly stuck up, like a floorboard that is pulled up a bit.
Okay. Can I pull it the rest of the way?
You can. I need a strength check.
Oh boy, I love those. Actually, I'm just pretty good at them. So could it be athletics?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, give me athletics.
Alright. Dang, that is a 25.
16 would have done it.
Alright, that's what I got on the die.
You lift up the board, and it seems to be attached to many boards, and you have found yourself opening up a hatch to a basement. More basements in my campaign. I should be changing my campaign's name to Peering Through the Darkness.
Peering through the basement. Alright, I'm
Peering
going
through
in.
the basement. You're going
Go
in!
The cracks?
Do you have any light source, or can you see through the dark?
That's a good question.
Because as soon as you get a few steps in, it fades in complete pitch darkness.
Okay. Yes, I do. I think I do have a light source. I have a my like spooky item was a lantern with a black candle and a green flame that never runs out.
Cool. See, trinkets are useful.
Handy.
But you enter this. As you enter, I'm gonna go back to Annabelle, saying the ritual is done. Annabelle, your ritual is complete. What is your question?
My question is.
Can I have two? Can I have two number sevens? Like a number nine, number 9 law.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah. So my. Sorry to specify. I receive this in reaction to a plan of a plan of action I want to take. So basically, my plan of action is to break down the door. So the question is if I break down the door, is that going to be a good result, bad result, a mixture of the two, or not really good?
Specifically breaking down the door or entering the room? Are you specifically asking about going in, or asking about breaking the door down?
Specifically asking about breaking the door itself down, since this is before I rubbed that eyeball all over the door.
The answer is whoa.
Gotcha. Okay. Then she will now try and rub the eyeball all over it.
As soon as your holy symbol touches the door, it's almost deja vu. A symbol appears on the door of a church that has friendly relations of yours, all beliefs.
Could I roll a religion to see
I
if...
would like to roll religion as well.
Okay. And can I have the name of both your religions real quick? Mythos and Annabelle. I know Annabelle's. I need Mythos. Who is it that you worship? Okay. God dang it, don't see.
If she was a weeb, she'd have a docky of him.
He is not your sugar daddy. He never will be.
No.
Anyway.
Husband do, not sugar daddy.
Mythos, and where's your religion, Adam?
It's coming.
Stop daydreaming about your god and give me that religion check.
Bridge.
So, Mythos and Annabelle, it seems to be a religious symbol of your religion, Mythos, but it seems with your religion check, you can see that it's a very old rendition of your. It has since been changed. The change happened much before you were born.
Old symbol of power. Before it became the hands with the red thread.
Fascinating.
I'm going to place my holy symbol on there.
Upon placing your holy symbol, a red thread appears, further solidifying the thought that it is your holy symbol, your religion.
Well,
can I open the door now?
Go ahead and try.
I'm going to try to open the door.
It seems that you are able to open the door, whereas Annabelle was not.
I get on the floor and walk the dinosaur.
You open the door. It's a door to the Jurassic period. Y'all can eat.
Yay!
Anyway.
Jurassic Park intensifies.
Release the birds! Anyway, yes, you can open the door. And upon opening it, you see the inside of a church. Looking on the outside, you see a small wooden building. On the inside, you see a great cathedral. There is magic afoot.
Seems like we walked into a little pocket plane.
Well,
I'm going to walk in.
What is your passive, by the way, Mythos?
passive.
13.
13. Okay. What is your passive, Annabelle? Assuming you follow.
Perception, I assume.
Yes.
17.
17 is good enough. You notice that Twix hasn't been used in quite a while. It's not completely delivered. It's somehow kept good condition, but nobody's set foot in it in a little while.
Fascinating. It's been quite some time since someone's been in here.
Indeed. I'm pretty curious. Would you like to see this place with me?
Well, assuming we aren't trapped inside, I see no reason not to. She'll step inside.
Once you guys step inside, I am gonna move to Dex. Unless Ethereal or Slow, you guys doing it, or you just follow Annabelle and Mythos.
I didn't understand a word you just said.
Were you following Annabelle or Mythos or Vex or anybody, or were you doing searching your own thing in the city?
Annabelle and Mythos.
Okay. Celosia, were you doing anything, or were you just following? I'm going to assume following. Okay, we're going back to Vex.
Alright.
Vex, you walk down a relatively short set of stairs, and from what you can see with your single candle, this room basement seems to be moderately good sized for a basement. A whole bunch of things are packed in here, all against the wall that you are currently at.
You walked into IKEA.
Oh no, you'll never
He's
find
the
your way
perfect
out now.
He's the perfect hiding spot for a mimic.
The walls are lined with cans of various foods. It seems this was a prepper vault. It would seem that somebody knew something was going to happen and prepped for it.
Or at least at least they believed it would.
Although they were not able to grab anything, as the shelves are all fully stacked. And
What
your
did we-
passive
what did we
perception was
20.
right. What were you gonna say?
What did we believe happened to this town again?
Something with a fair amount of magic, and by that I mean a lot of it.
Alright.
This town is riddled with signs of magical explosion and other like magical things.
So, some kind of magical burst, presumably.
The stench of magic in the air is quite heavy.
So, whoever this was expecting something, but not that.
Your passive perception allows you off in your peripheral vision, you see a can move.
Is it going anywhere?
Nope, it seems to just shift. Trying to hide itself behind us.
I'm not planning to hurt you. I just want to know why you're here.
The can responds in your native tongue. Really? It is not expected for another mimic to wander around here.
Well, yes, we're not especially common.
Not anymore. Common to speak.
Say again?
was the common language you were speaking before. He's still speaking in your native tongue.
Okay. I mean, I'll switch over to that.
Mm-hmm.
And so say the question one more time, or the comment.
Was the language you greeted me with the common language of these lands?
Yes.
How is it that you learned such a language?
It's a
I
useful
only
skill to
know
have.
my native tongue.
Hmm.
This informs you that it is not eating people and stealing their languages.
Right. But strictly speaking, that doesn't mean it's not dangerous.
Yes.
This one doesn't seem dangerous, though. Just to be safe, I would like to roll an insight.
You can.
That's another 4 on the die. I got an 11.
Even with an 11, all you can sense is fear.
Hmm.
Just an overwhelming sensation that Mimic is trying to hide from anything and everyone.
Why are you hiding here?
It is my house. Or it was.
This was your previous hiding place before.
No, I very much owned this house until that happened.
You owned the house.
This city was a progressive one in regards to mimic people relations.
I didn't realize we could be so open.
I didn't either until I ran into the West.
I see. Are these your supplies?
Very much.
Hmm.
I expected the war to come, but not in the way that it did.
What did happen here?
They spared no men, no ammunition, nothing. They simply erased our town with magic.
I don't suppose you know who?
They were wearing a banner with a cannon on it. That is all I remember.
I see.
Our town was condemned for our aggressive and, frankly, plant-friendly ways. We openly declared the war stupid and you see no.
And I suppose some people don't take too kindly to that.
Yeah. You are not here to raid or take or hurt, right?
No to the first two, the last one only if I have to.
I know not how or the ways of combat. I cannot fight you even if I wanted to.
Well, I have no intention of fighting you, so
Then I
don't
suppose
believe that'll be an issue.
we are friendly in relations then. Is it only you here, or are there others?
I'm traveling with a party.
You are a curious mimic.
These are curious times.
A mimic with a party. I wonder if you know my older brother then.
Oh?
I believe he goes by King now.
I'm familiar. Yes.
How is he?
Eccentric.
Still, after all these years.
I can only imagine his position has made him more so, but I'm in no position to judge.
I suppose he was always a little bit outgoing. If and he does contact me, I suppose he'd be glad to know that I am still where I chose to be, and alive. Could you pass that on to him?
I was about to ask that. Yes, next time I make a report.
The last time we talked was upwards of 100 years ago.
So, you'll be remaining here then?
I think I won't move from here. I have plenty of powder left.
Well, you may wish to pick a hiding spot that's less attractive to scavengers, but otherwise that sounds reasonable.
One day I hope to rebuild this town. That's all I was really good at.
Well, and I hope you get that chance.
I think I shall go back to sleep for now. Please exit my house.
Vex is just gonna nod and turn around. Go out the way he came.
Okay, Annabelle, Mythos. The surprisingly large cathedral inside a shack. We are back to you.
Wow, it's bigger on the inside.
Annabelle, according to the cathedrals you know and recognize from the megacity, it is quite comparable in size, and quite possibly much more decorated. It seems like whoever created this cathedral did not care about the amount of money it would take.
Ethereal,
Yes.
you've been around for quite a long time, correct?
Yes.
In all of your many years, have you ever seen something like this? A larger building within a smaller one?
Ethereal, if you will make me a history check, I will.
That is a natural 20.
Hey!
Well, Ethereal planet. And then when the settlers first came and were making their own small towns before the megacities were ever thought about, there was a select group that and being contracted by all the churches to make grand cathedrals of epic proportions. This seems to be one of them. But as cathedrals attract too much attention, it would seem that this one has been placed in a pocket dimension.
Oh,
So she's quite familiar with time and relative dimension in space.
thank you. I appreciate that so much.
So Ethereal, you not only know when about this church came, but you also know that there is one to every religion on this planet currently, at least of the older ones.
So every religion has its own TARDIS.
Not all of them were placed in pocket dimensions. This one, being where it is, they didn't want to attract attention.
Ah, okay. I'll let Annabelle know what I knew as best I can.
Annabelle, you learned all the things I told Ethereal.
Am I aware that my religion has a giant cathedral like this?
No, because these cathedrals are kept for Archbishop and above.
Gotcha. Then in that case, she'll
These
just...
are very sacred places for the religion of their, the practice of their religion.
Gotcha. And with that realization, her eyes will kind of bulge and she'll look around. And then realize that it's, such a sacred space, and she'll be like, oh. Mythos, would you... I feel that perhaps, this space is perhaps one of the most sacred available to your religion. I shall wait outside. I do not wish to impede upon such a awe-inspiring space.
Thank you. kind of wish to stay in here and just meditate a bit in this place.
Certainly,
Who knows how long it's been since someone's stepped foot in here.
let alone one who is of the same religion. She returns. I shall continue to look around and see if there's anything else worth seeing. That's it.
I'm guessing there's like a main altar in the center of the building or something like the very.
There's a main altar. There's no actual seating in this place for a large amount of people. This hope for just a few people to gather and do rituals to the god.
Well, Mythos is gonna go to that altar and he's gonna just pray.
Upon coming to the altar and blowing some dust off, you realize the entire altar is made of.
Made of what?
It would seem made out of a block of solid gold. The entire altar is one giant block of gold. It would seem that no scavengers have made their way in here, else this would not be here.
And he's greatly appreciative that this place has not been desecrated.
Looking around further, you see that what Ethereal said before was quite true. No amount of money was cared about when crafting this. You see gold trimming all over the ceilings.
Mythos will just kind of sit there and just kind of meditate, pray.
Okay, we are gonna move.
You can move on to another character, by the way.
Yeah, we're gonna move to Annabelle, and then I'll get back to you because something of something important will something happen. Action, or what is it that you are going to?
Annabelle she'll step outside. Celosia, Ethereal, did you guys stay inside or did you step outside as well?
No, that's too perfect. But no, it's fancier than that. Celosia, are you there with us? Are you awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, did you leave the church with Annabelle, or did you stay with me, those?
I think I would have left the church.
And Ethereal, the same?
I'm staying in the church.
Okay, you're staying in the church. Mythos, you have Ethereal with you just being quiet and looking around. Annabelle and Celosia, which direction is it that you wish to be exploring in?
Is there any particular part of this poor place that intrigues you?
Not particularly.
She glances back at the perfect door.
Quick question. I had all of the flags pinned and they are no longer there, and I have no clue why. Does anybody happen to have all of the flags on hand?
Yes, I do. 1 second.
Okay. Can you PM me the tech flags?
Okay. Here is you.
It seems a bit... Alright, she wasn't there. I wonder what could have caused such terrible devastation.
I have one guess. What could have caused all this devastation? Fire Nation.
Gosh dang it.
I remember that. I remember when they came. Nothing was the same.
Oh my god. Okay, you can have a brownie point, for you, Annabelle.
What Did I go further into the negative hole?
No, you got a positive. That made me smile.
There you
I
go.
do not enjoy that you are attempting to get negative points. Come on.
Oh,
Your goal is to make me smile, not groan and facepalm and want to immediately murder your character, okay?
hey, my goal is precisely that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Got it.
Anyways,
I'm gonna murder you and bring you back as an undead, so you have to murder yourself. Got it? That's what's gonna happen here.
She turns towards Celosia. Still, strange to find such an impeccable building in a place like this.
It
Are you-
kinda,
Go ahead.
I kind of get the. You're right. I kind of get the feeling that this building might have been constructed after whatever happened here.
Celosia, you did hear when Etheria was giving
No?
the history lesson that this building was very much constructed before the entire city was built.
According to Ethereal, this place predates the city.
In fact, the city was probably built around the church being here.
The church, the outside of the church, is it also
Just
ruined?
a rickety old shack. It's ruined, but not to the point of the rest of the city.
Okay,
It
so
is most definitely magically protected from collapsing.
okay, so is it more like age-based ruin rather than destruction-based ruin?
It's tiny bit destruction because it was powerful magic used on this city, but not powerful enough to break what's protecting it. But it's mostly age.
Okay, so it's safe to say then that it was damaged because of collateral, but not intentionally.
Yes.
Okay. She will look at. Look at this building. I think whoever destroyed this city did their best to avoid damaging this place. Why do you think that would be?
Because all that damage is expensive.
Bless you.
I mean, that'd just give more reason to loot it.
Also, Celosia, you did see that it took somebody of the faith to open that door.
Celestia, are you particularly religious?
Mm. Hold on.
While we're holding on, Vex, upon leaving just outside of the door that you came in, you find a...
I'm replacing the boards, by the way.
Kind of.
Yeah. Just outside of the building, his building, you find a tattered sleeve badge of this flag. And it seems to match the description that the king's younger brother gave you.
Of the people that
A
destroyed
banner
the
with a
town.
cannon. Yep.
Would I recognize this flag?
You would, because it is, strangely enough, one of the people that's working with the coalition to stop the war, and now Mr. Rodley, is of this faction. This is the Total Annihilation faction of the tech. This is destroy and rebuild into tech. No plants ever needed. That's pretty much their policy.
Let's see. Well, that would fit with what they've done to the town.
Okay, sorry for interrupting you, Annabelle and Celosia. You can continue.
I think I'm gonna keep it text, to be honest.
One more time? Sorry.
I think I'm gonna keep it text, to be honest.
More than fine, if that's what you want to do. So, Celosia responded to you in text, Annabelle.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and respond via text because that makes sense.